Crazy Joe. Yeah, I'm Crazy Joe. I be running through the snow. Got no pants, got no shirt, got no mother.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe, and we have another physical media review for you today. This one comes from our friends at Universal. This is a film that I reviewed when it was playing in the theaters earlier this year. It's one of those films that not a lot of people have seen, and I did give it a positive review when I watched it in the theater, and I would once again recommend people check this film out. One thing we always hear these days is Hollywood doesn't like original movies. They don't make original movies. All they make is IP. All they make is sequel, remake, reboot. It's not true. There's more original films that come out in a year than there are remakes, reboots, sequels. The problem is the audience really isn't supporting those films with their dollars. And I'm going to show you one right now because this film just came out on Blu-ray. It's a film I recommended when it was in the theater, and I'm still recommending it now. And that is my Dead Friend Zoe. This is a film starring Sonequa Martin-Green and Natalie Morales. Sonequa Martin-Green, most people know from Star Trek Discovery. She played the role of Captain Michael Burnham on Star Trek Discovery. I, as you may know, am a huge Star Trek fan. I love Star Trek Discovery, and I've met Sonequa Martin-Green at a convention. And let me tell you, of all the celebrities I've ever met in my life, she is in the top 10 nicest. Oddly enough, the top three, I would say, are all women, all from Star Trek. Nana Visitor, Sonequa Martin-Green, and Michelle Hurd, who played Rafi Mussaker on Picard. Three nicest celebrities I've ever met in my life. Love them. But yeah, Sonequa Martin-Green, sweet, sweet lady. Really love her. And she gives a hell of a performance in this film. I've already reviewed this film. I will put my original review at the end. There will be a link to it. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. This is the story of Merrit. She's a war vet. She fought in Afghanistan, was it? Yeah, Afghanistan. And she is now back home, and she is haunted by the ghost of her best friend, Zoe, played by Natalie Morales, who is dead. You may best remember Natalie Morales for her brief stint on Parks and Rec, where she played one of Tom Haverford's girlfriends. Again, I'll tell you, I'm a Star Trek fan. I'm also a huge fan of Keith Giffen's run on Justice League International. She played one of the JLI characters, Green Flame or Fire or Green Fury, depending on which comic you're reading, on the NBC sitcom Powerless, which was a sitcom set in the DC universe. So here we have a member of my favorite, someone who played one of my favorite DC comic characters and a captain from Star Trek. That's not what this movie is. I'm tangenting. I'm sorry. And we've also got Ed Harris. Ed Harris plays the grandfather of Sonequa Martin-Green. And Morgan Freeman, who is the head of a PTSD support group where Army soldiers are allowed to tell their stories and kind of, reveal what happened to them in the war. The problem is Merrit, played by Sonequa Martin-Green, is required to attend these meetings, but she doesn't want to share her story. And the reason she doesn't want to share her story is because Zoe is there. The ghost of Zoe is there. In her mind, she's seeing Zoe, and Zoe is telling her, do not talk about this. Do not talk about this. I will never forgive you if you talk about this. And the number one thing that Sonequa Martin-Green needs to talk about in order to move forward with her life is what happened to Zoe. We know Zoe is dead. We do not know the circumstances of her death. But Merrit needs to heal to talk about that. And Zoe's ghost is telling her, do not tell them. Do not tell them about me. I will not forgive you if you tell them about me. And it really puts Merrit in an awkward position. In the meantime, her grandfather is starting to go through the early stages of Alzheimer's. He's really suffering and from some dementia, and he can't live on his own anymore. And she is tasked by her mother to go put him in a retirement community. So she ends up living with her grandfather, but she doesn't have the heart to tell him why she is there and what her purpose is. She has too much love and respect for her grandfather, and that creates another conflict. So Merritt's going through a lot of conflicts. She doesn't want to tell her grandfather the real reason that she's been sent to live with him. And she's also dealing with the ghost of Zoe, who's always there, always talking to her. Sometimes Zoe is a good friend and a good confidant. Sometimes Zoe is an antagonist who is basically telling Merrit the exact wrong things to do. Don't talk about me. Don't do this. Don't do that. Things that are preventing Merrit, excuse me, from moving forward and getting on with her life. This is a powerful film, and it really tackles some serious subject matters, the most serious of which I feel as if I can't tell you because the film keeps it secret until the last scene. The circumstances of how we know Zoe's dead. It's right in the title, My Dead Friend Zoe. We know Zoe's dead, but the movie doesn't tell us how Zoe died until the very end of the film. And that is crucial. That is really the heart of what this film is about. And I don't feel I can tell you because the film keeps it a secret. And therefore, if I tell you, I'm giving you spoilers. But it's a pretty powerful message. And it's important. I really like this film. This is not a happy film. There's moments of levity. I mean, you'll laugh every now and then in this film. There are moments of levity. But this is a pretty heavy film. It's about PTSD. It's about loss. It's about dealing with guilt. But it's really good. It's really good. And all the performances are really good, especially Sonequa Martin-Green. Man, she is a really underrated actress. I know a lot of online trolls really came after her for her role on Star Trek. They didn't like it because she was a black woman and she was the captain of a starship, and that made some people's heads explode. But she really is an actress who deserves to shine because she is a great actress. We need to see her in more roles. She gives a hell of a performance here. Morgan Freeman is always great. Have you ever seen a bad Morgan Freeman performance? Same with Ed Harris, always good. Natalie Morales, also really good. This is a solid film. I really like it. It's got something to say, something powerful to say. If you're looking for something light and fluffy, this is not the film. This has got some heavy messages. But man, this is a movie that it's a shame more people haven't heard of it because more people need to see My Dead Friend Zoe. I really, really recommend this film. And one other thing, the director of this film, whose name escapes me, is it on here? Hang on one second. The director, Kyle Houseman Stokes. This is his true story, basically. The names have been changed, obviously. Like, he's a man and Merritt's a woman. But Merrit is basically him, and this is based on true experiences that happened to him. The character of Zoe is based on people he knew and people that he served with in the military. So this is a fictionalized version of real events, and that makes it all the more powerful. There are 3 special features on this disc. That's it, just 3. The special features are a behind the scenes on My Dead Friend Zoe, in which you get to hear Kyle Houseman Stokes tell his story. And it's only 15 minutes long, but it kind of gives you a backstory of how this film came to be. And there's 2 deleted scenes. That's it. Not a whole lot of special features, but honestly, the film speaks for itself. This is a great transfer of the film. Looks great on Blu-ray. Sounds great on Blu-ray. I recommend My Dead Friend Zoe. This is one of the better films this year and a film that a lot of people haven't been talking about. Check this one out. I highly recommend My Dead Friend Zoe. The only downside is it's a downer of a film, but it should be. When you know what the subject matter is and when you get to the reveal of how Zoe passed, this film should be a downer. If it was anything else, it wouldn't be effective. But if you're looking for a happy time at the movies, a fun time at the movies, this isn't the film for you. But this is a film that has something to say, and it is one of the best films I've seen all year. Thank you to Universal for sending me this review copy. It's the second time I watched this. Watched it once in the theater, once on Blu-ray. Enjoyed it both times. And seriously, check out my Dead Friend Zoe. If you can watch this movie, watch this movie. All right, everyone. Until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas wearing those pajamas.
With the back door flap,
Keep wearing those pajamas.
don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no!
It's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.